In this video, I will demonstrate Siemens iDevice function. iDevice is a communication mechanism allowing very fast and simple communication between two Profinet I/O devices, or PN/I/O controllers, in the same subnet that can take place simultaneously and on one bus. iDevice enables access to the I/O address via the Profinet I/O protocol without using PN-PN couplers. iDevice functionality must be supported by the hardware being used. Supported devices at the time of this video are shown here. A S71513F and a standard F71513 are used. The S71513F is called PLC1 and the standard S71513 is PLC2. PLC2 will be the iDevice in this demonstration. Please note, initially there is no network connection to PLC2. To enable iDevice for PLC2, you go to Operating Mode in PLC2's Properties. Select I/O device to enable. Select PLC1 as the assigned I/O controller. For this demonstration, we do not want parameter assignment by the higher level controller and no prioritized startup. You will now see that PLC2 is connected to the same subnet as PLC1. The data sent between the I/O controller and the iDevice is configured using transfer areas found in PLC2's iDevice communication properties. We will set transfer areas to send data in both directions between the iDevice and the I/O controller. Please note that the direction of the data can be changed by clicking on the transfer area direction arrow. Move statements have been inserted to populate the data set in the iDevice's transfer areas. For demonstration purposes, the clock byte in PLC2 has been enabled so it can be moved to PLC1. PLC1's selector switch input operation is moved to PLC2. You will see that the address bytes found in the move statements are the same as the address bytes set in the iDevice transfer areas. Before communications can be started between the I/O controller and the I/O device, both must be compiled and downloaded. In order to visualize data is being exchanged, watch tables have been inserted in both PLC1 and PLC2. The data in the PLC1 watch table for input byte 14 is constantly changing because it is replicating the clock byte of PLC2. The data in PLC2 watch table will change when the selector switch is activated in PLC1. iDevice can be used with hardware that are all in the same TIA Portal project or in different TIA Portal projects. Only hardware inside the same project has been shown at this point in the video. The setup procedure is the same in regards to setting up the iDevice by enabling and setting transfer areas. However, the actual hardware is different. Virtual replications of the iDevice hardware must be used when dealing with hardware in different projects. In order to use these virtual replications, you must export the GSD file for each iDevice created by the TIA portal in the iDevice project and then import it into the I/O controller project. The iDevice GSD file must then be imported into the I/O controller project. The process of importing is the same as any GSD file by using the Options pull-down menu and using the Manage General Station Description file. You will then select the file location. TIA Portal will then install the GSD file in the hardware catalog under Other Field Devices and Profinet IO. The I/O controller must also be represented virtually in each iDevice. This is done by simply inserting the PLC into the iDevice hardware configuration, just like you would any network component, except you will only need to insert the PLC itself. No other hardware is required. You will need to make sure that the subnet name, device names, and IP addresses match in both the actual device and its virtual replication in the I/O controller and for each iDevice being used. Detailed information on setting up iDevice can be found in a document provided by Siemens Automation at the link shown here. This concludes this video on the Siemens iDevice function. Thank you for watching.